What if the best years of your life aren't actually behind you? What if you could feel stronger and sharper at 75 than you did at 65? It's a nice thought, isn't it? Especially when we're so often told that aging is just a story of inevitable decline. For so many people, getting older means stiffer joints, foggier thoughts, and a life that just seems to get a little smaller each year. It feels like a story of giving things up, of accepting that our best days are in the rearview mirror. But what if that story just isn't true? Let me tell you about Arthur. At 75, he felt like he was living that exact story. His world had shrunk. His energy was gone, his mind felt cluttered, and his days were missing the spark he used to take for granted. But he decided he wasn't finished yet. He decided to rewrite his story. And he completely transformed his life, not with some magic pill or an expensive program, but with a few simple things he decided he would do every single day. No excuses. These are the powerful habits he never, ever skips. And today, we're going to share them with you. Before all this, Arthur's mornings pretty much summed up how he felt inside. Slow, stiff, and uninspired. He'd wake up with that familiar ache in his lower back, a grogginess that coffee couldn't shake, and a sense of dread about the day. His balance was so shaky, he'd have to grab onto furniture just to move through his own house. Simple things felt like climbing a mountain. He was just quietly resigning himself to the idea that this was his new normal. But a little spark of resolve started to grow. It wasn't some big aha moment, just a slow realization that he wasn't ready to give up on feeling good. So he started small. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, he focused on adding one good habit at a time. They weren't huge gestures, just small, deliberate choices that, when he did them consistently, started a ripple effect that changed everything. Let us break down the daily habits Arthur adopted, the ones he now calls the unshakable pillars of his well-being. The very first thing Arthur changed was how he got out of bed. He learned a lesson that, unfortunately, many seniors discover the hard way. Jumping out of bed can be dangerous. When we sleep, our blood pressure naturally drops. If you stand up too fast, it can cause a sudden plunge, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, and for 1 in 3 people over 65, a potentially devastating fall. So Arthur's first non-negotiable is what he calls the gentle awakening. Instead of rushing, he now spends the first 3 to 5 minutes of his day still in bed. He starts by just rolling his ankles and wrists and wiggling his fingers and toes. It's a simple signal to his body that it's time to get going, and it gets the blood flowing without any strain. Then, he sits up slowly, lets his legs dangle over the side of the bed for a full minute, and just takes slow, deep breaths. This gives his blood pressure time to stabilize and his body a moment to adjust to being upright. It's a quiet transition, not a jarring leap into the day. Right after that comes his second non-negotiable, the 10-minute mobility routine. Before he even thinks about coffee, Arthur dedicates 10 minutes to movement. This isn't about a sweaty workout. It's about reclaiming flexibility and building stability right where he needs it most. He does a few gentle seated exercises that target the most crucial areas for senior mobility. He starts with seated leg extensions, holding a sturdy chair and slowly straightening one leg at a time. This wakes up the quadriceps, those big thigh muscles that support our knees and help us do basic things like getting up from a chair. He follows this with heel raises and toe taps to strengthen the lower leg muscles, which are key for a stable walk. Next, while holding the back of his chair, he does side and back leg raises. These are critical for strengthening the hips and glutes, the powerhouse muscles that keep us upright and balanced. And that's a huge deal. Falls are the leading cause of injury for older adults, but exercises that improve strength and balance can dramatically reduce that risk. For Arthur, this 10-minute routine wasn't just exercise. It was his daily investment in his own independence. Within weeks, he noticed the morning stiffness fading and his balance feeling more secure. Like so many of us, Arthur's first move in the morning used to be for the coffee pot. But he learned that after a full night of sleep, our bodies are naturally dehydrated. Think about it. Your brain is nearly 75% water, and starting the day in a deficit can lead to fatigue, confusion, and that brain fog that just won't seem to lift. So his next non-negotiable became the hydration ritual. Before any coffee, he drinks a full 16-ounce glass of water. He keeps it on his nightstand so it's the first thing he sees. This simple act rehydrates his system and kickstarts his metabolism. Throughout the day, he keeps sipping, aiming for the recommended 6 to 8 glasses. He noticed a difference almost immediately. The mental cobwebs cleared out faster, and his energy felt more stable all day long, without that usual afternoon crash. Paired with this is his brain-boosting breakfast. He swapped his old sugary cereal or plain toast for a meal packed with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Research is clear that a balanced breakfast is crucial for seniors to maintain muscle mass, support bone health, and lower the risk of cognitive decline. Arthur's go-to is now a bowl of oatmeal or Greek yogurt, topped with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of nuts or seeds. The oatmeal and berries give him fiber, which helps with digestion, a common concern as we age. The Greek yogurt and nuts provide high-quality protein, which is essential for fighting off age-related muscle loss or sarcopenia. In fact, experts now recommend that older adults get at least 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight to keep their muscles strong. The healthy fats from the nuts are just great fuel for his brain. For Arthur, this wasn't just about filling his stomach. It was about fueling his body and mind for the day. One of Arthur's biggest fears was losing his mental sharpness. He'd noticed little memory lapses and a frustrating inability to concentrate. He learned that, just like a muscle, the brain needs regular exercise to stay strong. So he started his third non-negotiable: daily mind engagement. Every single day, no matter what, Arthur spends at least 20 to 30 minutes on an activity that really challenges his brain. He knew that just zoning out in front of the TV wasn't going to cut it. He needed to actively engage his mind. He switches it up to keep it interesting. Some days, it's a crossword puzzle or Sudoku for a logic workout. Other days, he'll read a book on a topic he knows nothing about, because lifelong learning helps keep the brain flexible. He also joined an online chess club. This became a powerful tool for him, demanding strategy, foresight, and adapting to an opponent, a true workout for the brain. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like these can help slow cognitive decline by building what is called a cognitive reserve, which is like a mental savings account that helps the brain cope with the changes of aging. For Arthur, this daily mental workout had a huge effect. He felt his focus improve, his memory become quicker, and his confidence in his own mind come flooding back. He was no longer a passive victim of cognitive decline. He was an active participant in keeping himself sharp. As he got older, Arthur noticed his social circle was getting smaller. Friends had moved or passed away, and it just became easier to stay home than to make the effort to see people. He didn't realize just how much that quiet was costing him until he decided to change it. This led to his fourth pillar, the daily social connection. He made a commitment to have a meaningful interaction with another person every single day. He understood that social health is just as important as physical and mental health. It's no surprise that studies show social isolation is a major risk factor for depression, anxiety, and even dementia in older adults. On the flip side, strong social connections can boost your mood, sharpen your mind, and even strengthen your immune system. So he got creative. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he walks to a local coffee shop. He doesn't just grab his coffee and go. He sits for a while, says hello to the staff, and often chats with another regular. These small interactions helped him rebuild his social confidence. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, he schedules a call with one of his kids or an old friend. And on the weekends, he goes to a local gardening club he used to love. This gave him a sense of community and purpose. The change was amazing. Arthur felt a renewed sense of belonging. The simple act of sharing a story, listening to someone, or just laughing at a joke pushed back against the loneliness that had been creeping in. He learned that social connection isn't about being the social butterfly. It's about the consistent, daily practice of reaching out and letting others in. Just as he redesigned his mornings, Arthur realized his evenings needed a makeover too. He used to end his days parked in front of the TV, often watching the news, which left him feeling agitated right before bed. It wrecked his sleep, which then ruined his energy the next day. This led to his final non-negotiable pillar, the purposeful wind down. He knew that a consistent sleep schedule is key for regulating the body's internal clock, which improves sleep quality and memory. So he set a consistent bedtime, but the real game changer was creating a routine for the hour leading up to it. First, he shuts off all screens, the TV, the computer, his phone. He found out that the blue light from these devices can mess with the body's production of melatonin, the hormone that tells you it's time to sleep. Plus, the constant stream of news just kept his mind on high alert. Instead, he uses this last hour for calming activities. Sometimes he listens to classical music. Other times, he reads a good novel. He also added a few minutes of gentle stretching and deep breathing to release the tension of the day. This mindfulness practice helps quiet the chatter in his head and lowers the stress hormone cortisol. Finally, right before turning off the light, he practices a bit of gratitude. He takes a moment to think of 3 good things that happened that day, no matter how small. It could be the taste of his morning coffee, a nice chat, or a flower in his garden. This simple act changes his mindset from worry to appreciation. This ritual completely transformed his sleep. He fell asleep easier, slept deeper, and woke up feeling genuinely refreshed. It was the perfect bookend to his day. Arthur's story shows that you hold the key to your own vitality. It isn't about massive, life-altering changes. It's about the small daily habits that build on each other to create incredible results. We've walked through Arthur's 5 pillars: the gentle awakening and mobility, hydration and nutrition, daily mind engagement, social connection, and the purposeful wind down. Each one is simple, doable, and incredibly powerful. Now we want to hear from you. What is one daily habit that you never skip? What's the one thing that helps you feel your best? Share it in the comments below. Your experience could be the very thing that inspires someone else. And if you found this story helpful and want more practical advice to help you thrive, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss what's next. Today, Arthur is a different man. At 75, he moves with an ease he hadn't felt in years. The mental fog has lifted, replaced by a sharpness he thought was gone for good. His days are no longer something to be survived, but something to be enjoyed, filled with purpose, connection, and joy. His transformation didn't come from some secret formula. It came from the simple power of routine and the ripple effect of small positive choices, day after day. He proved that these daily actions, the things we so often overlook, are the very foundation of a vibrant life at any age. He never skips them because he knows they aren't just a checklist. They are the framework of his well-being. Arthur's journey is a powerful reminder that the story of aging isn't already written. You are the author. It's never too late to pick up the pen and start a new chapter. By embracing a few simple, non-negotiable habits, you can build a life with more mobility, more clarity, and more joy, starting today. Thanks for watching.